Hey guys, so welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today's video is going to be top 10 tips for freshers and people joining uni this year. It's going to be a bit different to kind of most uni videos and most uni years when people are joining, because everything with COVID and all of that kind of stuff. Social distancing, everything's a lot harder, and everyone's going to be in a very different predicament this year joining uni than other people in other years. I fully get that. My advice as someone who I haven't started uni yet, so it's freshers next week, I believe, especially for in the UK, and I think America's already gone back. But hey, if you've already started in America and you've gone back to college, or you've started college, please let me know if you agree with what I say, or if you have any tips yourself, people here. So I'm going to kind of just do top 10 tips, and these kind of cover a lot of things, so we're going to kind of cram it in, but I wanted it to be like 10, I don't know, solid number. So the biggest thing which you've got to remember as you go through this next week and the next few weeks and the next few months is everyone is scared and everyone is in the same boat as you. So we're all like nervous. I say we're all nervous. I'm doing my masters. I'm starting my masters in 2 weeks. Next Wednesday is my induction day in freshers time. So I'm just as kind of like nervous. It's just that I've done it before, so I'm not too scared, and I'm not moving into accommodation, which makes a whole difference. But I have done it before, and I've been through it, because obviously I've done my bachelor's, so I fully understand how it feels. So you walk into your flat, or wherever you're staying, and you're scared, and you're nervous, and everyone's feeling the same way. You've all just left your family, and you've left your parents, and your mum's probably cried, maybe your dad's cried, you might have cried, and everyone's feeling emotional. And the worst thing you can genuinely do is sit in your room and isolate yourself, because at the minute, you really need to kind of mingle with everyone. And it's a massive thing to kind of make friends. So for me, when I started, we kind of everyone moved their stuff in, had a few minutes, and then everyone just kind of went into the kitchen. And the best thing you can do as a top tip within these tips is to prop your door open. Now, I shouldn't really be saying this because fire doors are not meant to be propped open, and you will get in trouble for it. So don't tell anyone that I said this, and do not actually let anyone see that you're doing this. But yeah, prop your door open. It really helps to kind of, it opens up your room. It lets people kind of look inside and will come in and pop their head around and go, hi, how are you? Are you okay? My name's blah blah, have a chat. And the next top tip would be go around and kind of say, guys, does anyone want a cup of tea? Or does anyone want a tea in the lounge? I think I was in my room, maybe with the door open, and I think Jake or Al came around and said, oh, we're gonna go and sit in the kitchen and have a chat and get to know each other. And I know it's a bit silly and you might not agree with it, but genuinely, you go and sit in your kitchen and just do the typical thing of, so, my name's Tabby and I'm from blah blah, and you just introduce yourself and talk about yourself. And you might think it's cringy now, but genuinely it makes no difference, because you genuinely have to get to know each other, and what easy way to break the ice. And then the next thing is to play some games and get to know each other and do kind of never have I ever, and secrets, or truth or dare, just to get to know each other. It's quite good. So definitely do that. Tip number 2, try and balance your socialising life with your working life. So this is quite heavy to go in with after I've just said that. So you're crapping yourself and then I've gone, right, so balance your socialising and your work life. So the first week, ignore that. For the first week, enjoy yourself. Go to your induction sessions and things you need to go to, and socialise and have fun. And I know that's a bit difficult now, but your SU bar should be open and it should be fully functioning and safe. And that's great because they have all your information. You're in a safe area at uni, and loads of SUs are actually really good. And it means you can sit with your flats and you can kind of mingle. They probably still have activities going on. And so in that sense, check your uni for those things. So with socialising at the minute, obviously it's hard, but try and join some socials. They will still be doing socials, and they will, I don't know with sports, but you can still do social side of sports, and there's social sports, and there's loads of different ones you can do. So have a look at societies as well. They'll probably still have your welcome fair as well, because it will just be distance, and that's normally in Freshers Week. So go to your welcome fair and go to your societies fair. There's different kinds of societies you can join. Sports or socials, like I just said. Una and I did netball, and it was really funny because people used to go, oh my god, you do netball, and we'd be like, no, we just go for the social side of things. And then people weren't that interested because they were like, oh, you don't play sport, and you're like, no. Yeah. So fully 100% try and go to different socials. Look on your uni website and see if they have any kind of different events on and what's going on, and look at your uni calendar. So balancing your social life, which I've just kind of described, and then work life. So just kind of find a healthy balance. It depends how you want to see uni. If you're someone who just doesn't care and you've kind of gone for the socialising side, obviously ignore this tip. If you actually want to do well, if you want to get a 2-1 at least, and especially if you want to get first, you really need to concentrate on work. So if you want to do a first, pretty much work more than socialising. I'd kind of say maybe 1 night a week. If you want to get a first, you could socialise and have like a solid night out. Because obviously you've got to remember, when you have a night out, you write off the next day if you drink. If you're drinking and how much you drink, and actually a lot of people who didn't drink, I don't think I drank properly until uni. Like, I had a few times before when I was obviously 18 at home and I went out, but it's not like uni, it's a very different world. And if you drink the next day, you kind of write off as well to do uni work, and you find, like, obviously depending how hungover you are, it's like how much work you would actually do. Be realistic. I used to lie to myself and was like, yeah, I can go out and I'll do some work tomorrow, and I wouldn't. So don't do that. Be realistic. If you want to get a first year is very different, but I mean second and third years, you probably need to do one night out a week if that's what you're thinking, or less, obviously. You do have to spend a lot of time working, and it has genuinely been proven. Like, I have talked to different staff and lecturers, and you definitely have to fully commit. It's the thing. So if you want to get 2-1, this is a whole different ballpark, because 2-1 is like quite a big gap to get into, and then first is a very small percent. I think it's like over 80% for a first, and then it's like 60 to 80% is 2-1, I think. So you've got a good chance of getting 2-1, basically. It's probably going to happen, as long as you don't completely mess up. So do aim for kind of doing, say you've got a 4-hour lecture. So I had a 4-hour lecture with science, and then with that there is like a way that they will tell you how to figure out how many hours you should be working yourself. But you've got to bear in mind, which you will realise potentially, is that when you do some extra reading, so you've done a 4-hour lecture, if you do, I think you're meant to do like double that a week. So say you're meant to do 8 hours for that lecture, or 4 hours, I think. I can't remember what the equation was, but they will tell you. So you need to do 4 hours. That is a requirement. That isn't like, oh, well done, you've done 4 hours, like, don't do anything else this week, pat yourself on the back and like move on. You genuinely have to do that for each subject. And obviously it depends on your course, and it depends on how many hours you have in your lecture time. Because I had loads of hours, and I can't remember my timetable first year, but I think I only had like 2 days off. It was a bit like college, like I had a lot of lectures. So you do have a lot of study time. The only thing is, you don't have to worry too much, because although there's a lot of adjustment, like things like, for me it was writing reports in terms of science, there's a lot of adjustment to what's expected of you. I just wouldn't worry too much, because in terms of that work balance, as long as you're kind of doing the bare minimum, you should be fine. And it's more to kind of gauge where you're heading, and it does depend, but I wouldn't worry too much on your first year, but use it as a good time to get, by the end of the year, that's a long time, by the end of the year, to get into your like regime and to know how much work you need to do and practice it. And then second and third year, you seriously need to get into it to get into that kind of grade. That's when they grade you, second and third year, and that's what matters. You need to kind of get yourself, kind of focus more on socialising first year, and kind of get yourself ready for working hard and realising how much work you actually need to do. Talk to your lecturers of what's expected, and extra reading. You have to do extra reading to get a good grade. You have to. And that totally comes up on your marks. If you add in more like examples and more quotes, you're going to get more points, and that just totally adds up. Totally. You could completely go off your own like references on a paper, and you could get so many marks from it, even if you don't know the rest of the content. So you have to do that. Proves that you know what you're doing. It genuinely makes that difference to do that. Third point, getting a job, potentially. Depends on your loan and how much loan you get. I had quite a lot of loan for my first and second year. And then on third year, you always have less loan, because on the previous 2 years, your loan covers your summer holidays as well, because they assume that you're not going to have a job. So in third year, you're going to get less money. It's in your third instalment at the end of the year, just after Easter, that you will get that kind of like massive chunk of money. And you'll realise that when it comes around in your first year and second year, that you'll go, oh my god, I've got loads of money. And it's because it's meant to cover summer. And that's fine if you, like, basically get a summer job. That's what I'm going to add in as well. So have loads of money for the last few weeks of summer. Really nice to enjoy it and go out, and you can do more things in the summer and stuff. Then go home and get a summer job, and that funds your summer. Have a nice time, see your friends, go home, see family, enjoy it. So definitely get a seasonal job. That's really helpful. And on top of that, whether you want to or not, to balance that life, is to get a part-time job at uni. I didn't need one until 3rd year, and it was just to kind of balance it up. So I didn't have enough. I think I had like £10 a week for food with my loan. Like, I need a job. So I got my job at Cafe Nero and worked part-time, and I think I did like 12 hours or 16. That was just enough to kind of cover going out and things like that, and then I just work as much as I wanted to and how many times I wanted to go out. That's kind of, but that's another extra thing. Like, once I got used to it, it was fine, but you then have to balance working, uni work, and socialising. It's a good idea to get a part-time job, maybe get a 0-hour contract one or a 6-hour contract. Most unis do a student ambassador work as well, so our uni did, and I did that for 2 or 3 years, I think, for the time I was there. And that's great because they actually paid really well at Worcester. I know that they don't pay too well at Exeter from what I've heard, but it's not bad. Again, like, it's the thing is, basically is like, it's so flexible that for me it's like they used to email you and go, so on Thursday the 12th we've got to do 2 hours available of posting. And it would literally be ready, like, doing mail outs for people, like for students, for people, prospective students and things. And then you just say yes, and it was first come, first served basis. That's another great thing. Look at student ambassador work, and I will, like, write this here for you guys to remember student ambassador work and to look into it. And it's so easy to do because they know what you're like. You're a student. Like, there's just so many added things. It's so much nicer, and it means you don't have to go out onto, like, the real world. Just stay in uni. Easier. 4th point is planning a budget and budgeting yourself. You get a lump sum in September, and that's until Christmas, I think. I'm pretty sure. So you need to figure out, so you pay off your accommodation, and then you've got this lump sum, and I can't think how much we used to have left. It depends on your loan. Say you have 600 left. You need to figure out how much that breaks down to a week, and you need to write that down. Like, if anybody, like, boys just don't tend to want to do this, from my experience. I understand that everyone's different, but try and get a planner. All of you, everyone, and write down, or even, like I say, on your uni calendar that you might get from uni, the academic year one, write down how much you get a week, and you need to try and budget yourself. The best thing you can do is have a separate bank account with that money in, and set up a direct debit to yourself with how much is a week, and then you can't dip into the money that you're meant to. So that's what happened, and that's how you get into student loans, and that's student debt. And that's when you go into overdraft. The amount of people that go into overdraft. I went to my overdraft. It's annoying, and it's good to leave uni without an overdraft. Some people can do it. It's impressive. But the best thing you can do is pretty much, say I've got £600, I put it in this student account, I can't have access to it, I don't have a bank card for it, so I just set up a standing order over to my main account, which will have £50 a week. £50 coming in every week. So that I only have that, I can't go over it, and if I run out of money, I run out of money. But that's just for that week, and it's fine. So that's the best thing you can do in terms of budget. And this is part of self-control, which you will also learn when it comes to, like, studying and stuff. You have to get self-control. Kind of go on from that, because I'm going to keep waffling with every point I do. My 5th one is to say, when I say this is a tip, it's not really a tip. This is just kind of like a hint, like a trick. This is the time to reinvent yourself. If you want to go and do something new, and you want to do your hair differently, or you want to dye it because now your parents aren't here, or whatever, be who you want to. This is your chance to change. Or if you want to, if you don't want to change, that's obviously fine. Like, if you're happy with who you are. The other thing I was going to say from that is, if you're someone who's really confident and you genuinely are like, yeah, no, I love myself, I'm happy, you're one of the best people to go and help people who need that in their lives. A lot of people that join uni who, like, I would say it's literally 50-50. 50% of people are very confident and very, like, ready to go there. A lot of people, 50% of people, are very nervous. And if you are someone who's very confident, please go and find these people that are nervous. And there's probably someone in your flat that's like it and maybe a bit introverted, and talk to them. Give them that love, because you will rub off on them, and that gives them confidence. And confidence is something that literally is an invaluable life skill, like personality trait that's so good for you, and it can get you so far in life. Genuinely, it is good. Like I say, if you're confident, please go and find someone who's a bit more introverted and not so confident, and help them. And if you're someone who's introverted, go out there, make fun. Like, have fun, change yourself. If you want to reinvent yourself, you could do so. You can wear daring clothes, dye your hair, cut your hair, do whatever you want. Have fun and make friends. My 6th point is learn to cook. So I say this, I'm not saying become Gordon Ramsay, but I mean, learn how to boil an egg, because the amount of people that can't boil an egg, the amount of people that can't use an actual microwave, / have literally just never cooked for themselves. Just learn, practice, do something. Buy a student cookbook. Your parents will probably have bought you one if they haven't already. They will. There's so many things you can do. YouTube has loads of stuff as well. Even happily do them myself. do some student meals. It's hard when you're saving money as well and to eat healthily. However, takeaways are so expensive. Do not get takeaways. Get them when you want to, obviously, it's a treat, but bear in mind there are so much more like at-home recipes you can make for binge food. Look them up because they're so helpful. And with your budget thing as well, you've got to bear that in mind. And you've got to bear in mind how much you want for food and how much you're going to have. So it's cheaper when you're veggie, but you've just got to bear in mind that you're not having meat and what that accounts for in terms of nutrients and stuff. So student cookbooks. And I will list these in the description below to remember you, like to remind you. 7, put yourself out there. Kind of going back to point 5. Is it point 5? Yes. Like put yourself out there, go for it. Join socials, make friends. When you feel nervous about something, go, do you know what? I'm nervous, but everyone else is feeling nervous and you've just got to do it. Just got to jump. And that's really scary. And some people can't do that. And I fully understand if you still go, I ain't jumping. Like, you just don't believe me that you can do it. But you can. I promise you, you've just got to get yourself out there when in situations that you don't feel comfortable in. And I know that's really scary, but that is how you grow and that's how you can develop. Or do it with a friend. Do something with a friend and that can make you feel better. It's just really good to get out there. 8, your friends at uni are your family at uni because you don't have your family around you anymore. They're obviously only a phone call away, so keep ringing your family. But I mean, your friends literally are your bubble, like your support bubble. So make friends. And then make loads of friends if you want to. Don't make loads of friends. Make as many as you want and kind of, it's a good way to find who you need in life and what kind of style of friends you need. And you might end up just having 4 good friends. You might have loads, but just go out and socialise and do your best and make friends in your course, make friends at socials, make friends in your flat, and you will feel very much supported and you will have that bubble and you'll have people of every kind in there that are good for different things, and that's how it works. And that's what life is about. You're not going to have someone who's like great at everything. That is your best friend. But all these different people, so people will support you with your work, people make you more confident, some people will support you with like just being there for you. There's so many different ways of supporting each other and being there in different ways that uni is great for kind of finding that, and you'll have a lot of friends that do different things for you. 9th point, which is kind of unrelated to everything, is back up your work. Back it up. Put it on a memory stick. Because the amount of people that don't, or have backed it up once and then they lose the memory stick, or they destroy the memory stick, or it gets lost at uni, just back it up on things. I use Google Drive because I can access it from anywhere, and I like, say if my laptop broke, I can go on my iPad. If that broke, if everything broke, I could go into uni and use the computer in there. There's so many different things you can do. So Google Drive is great, like OneDrive. Email it to yourself, get a memory stick, get a RAM, get 5 memory sticks, hide them in different places. Take one home with you when you go home for holidays and put one in a fireproof box. Just back it up. And every lecturer will tell you that, because if you lose a bit of work and you've not saved it, your heart will melt. It will break. It will be crushed. So just back it up. My last point, to kind of round that up, because there's some really random points, and I think most of them are very social, is stay safe, especially now. Stick together and make friends and have fun. Enjoy yourself. First, enjoy it. Remember that this is going to be your uni experience. It's a massive thing that you will remember for life. You need to kind of remember that that you've got to really use all the opportunities you can. Everything that gets thrown your way, take it, do it, go for it, be positive. And the best thing now, I was going to say, with manifestation, definitely use that to your advantage and work with it, because you can definitely do a lot with it and it will help you get through this. And also another thing, if you wanted to do, not a tip but really, scrapbooking and taking pictures. Take loads of pictures and remember it and save them and print them and stick them up. And then just to add on, actually, I say I'm doing 10 points, I'm adding more and more things. Decorate your uni room and make it really homely. And I'm sure loads of you will be doing that anyway, but just, it's so worth it. Like, your room at uni is your sanctuary. It is like your home. That is your room. Everything in your room is like yours. It's yours. That's your place. Have fun with it. Enjoy it. Have fairy lights. Just go with the flow and have fun with it. And I know that might be easy for me to say, but genuinely take it from someone who's been there before. You've just got to roll with it and enjoy it. And it might get cold in winter in student accommodation when you've not got heating on all the time, but buy some fluffy socks and blankets and get into bed. No one's going to judge you. Everyone does it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will kind of summarise everything in the description box below, because that was a lot of stuff. There is a lot of stuff for joining uni, but at the same time, it's not that much. They're just key points. So remember them, and I wish you all very good luck with starting uni. And if you're already at uni and you're watching this, then I hope you're having a nice time, and good luck with this year. And let me know what you guys think. Yeah. If you've done this before, if you've been to uni, if you're like me and you're an ex-student, let me know what you think, if you agree, if there's any other top tips you want to add in there. And I hope you guys like this. If you haven't already, please like this video, and please sub, I'd really appreciate it. I did upload a video the other day saying I'll just hit 400. I think I'm already on like 410, which might not be that much, but to me it's quite a lot. So thank you guys for the support. I hope you enjoy this video. I don't know what this is. And I will see you all soon for my next video, which is probably going to be a Primark haul, because I've just done a load of shopping. So I'm probably going to try it all on for you guys. Good luck to everyone, and I will see you later. Ever since the day that you